for the patch coming up. I believe it's patch 12, but the patch is 2.6.0. It's the one including dueling and absolutely tons of new sets. Now I'm going to blitz through this. I'm going to try to get this down in 20 to 30 minutes. We're going to go over all the sets. If it's absolute shite, I'm just going to skip it. I'm not going to waste my time. If it looks good, I'm going to tell you what it's good for. Let's do this. Spider Cultist set. Oh, what? I have to take them out of the box? God damn. Nobody saw me struggle with that. Okay, so let's start with this. We're going to do it all in alphabetical order. You know what I'll even do? I'm just going to get everything out, because otherwise I'm going to keep going over the same shit. Monster Helms. There's new ones of those, right? Can do take all. Lovely job. Then we have Treasure Hunter set. What's that? I don't even know what the Treasure Hunter is. I think that's all the new sets. So, let's start with Choke Fawn. Magic recovery, spot on. When you heal an enemy, you have 50% chance to summon a Strangler Sapling that heals you an ally for 18.9k health. What? In no armor? Over 4 seconds? So this is basically like a Magica Vice Cannon. Except when you use a heal ability rather than when you hit from Cloak. But 15% proc chance. Yo, that means that's going to proc about 1 in 7 times. 1 in 7 times ain't fucking about, especially if you're on the defense. If you got one of those bad boys up, I guess it's going to get battle level down to 9k, but that's still a huge heal. That's not a bad set. Certainly work with some builds. Then we have... I forgot the Overland set. Oh, really? Sorry. Let me have a look at that. You're right, I did. I actually need to quickly make some space here. What can we get rid of? What the hell is that? Oh yeah, I used that to max my level, right? We need to get rid of 2 more things here just to make some space. What do we got? Cleansing Ritual. I will not be cleansing anytime soon, since I can't actually become a vamp again. And is there one more thing I can get rid of? Crafting Crate? Fuck it, we get rid of the Crafting Crate. Alright, that means we should be able to get the last of these Overland sets out. Where even are they? Did I actually get them all? Oh well, I think I got them all. Anyway, let's go to it. We got Beekeepers gear. Health recovery, that's shit. No one's going to use that in PvP because it's just going to get debuffed. It's useless. Buy bag upgrade in Crown Store. Oh, that's a good idea. I'll do that afterwards. Ring of the Trainee. Health Magica Stamina. Max health Magica Stamina. What? 2.4k? I mean, on the health, that's not that great, but on Magica and Stamina, that's like another 3 pieces. That's a pretty good set. That's going to have a lot of options in builds like DKs that are going to want to play the most of all resource pools, especially tankier builds. I can also see that really commonly being decent for PvE tanking. I can't see it being perfect in PvP unless you're running a hybrid. So we got Armor of the Truth. Weapon crit stamina, weapon damage. When you set an enemy off balance, your weapon damage is increased by 434. Holy shit. So off balance procs all the time on Stam DK if you're going to use Fossilize. What I want to run with this one's going on the bad boys. I know this is an old set, but it's been adjusted. What this set will work really well on is a bow anything Stam DK, because what you're going to run is you're going to run the Maelstrom bow and Fossilize. You're going to use Fossilize to root them. You're going to keep them constantly within the... sorry, you can also use Bombard as well. You're going to keep them constantly within the Bombard from your Maelstrom bow, and that shit's going to hit ugly damage. So that one is actually a lot better than it looks. Barkskin. Health, Stamina Recovery, Physical Resistance. That is some shite 4 pieces. Reduce the duration of immobilizations and snares by 50%. Snares, I'll take it. When an immobilized, heal for 1k. It's got a cooldown though. I mean, it's a shame because I would love to have something that reduces snares. That'd be so nice, especially on Stam. But in honesty, if you look at that physical resistance and health, it's not too perfect. I think I'm not going to use that. Bone Pirate. Stamina, Stamina Recovery, Stamina. While you have a drink buff active, that one's going on the books. What the fuck? Increase your max stamina by 1.9k and recovery by 289. That's OP. That's basically going to do any class at all. So we got Bone Pirates. Then we have Choke Form we've already done. Drow Hulk. Stamina, 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 Stamina by a lot. Holy shit. This is the one I saw before actually. I was wondering what this was. Man, that's insane though. Can you imagine how high you could get? You probably even get it to a point where Bone Shield is actually a viable heal. I'm really tempted to try this with one of the sets I'm interested in. That's a really cheap set to play. I'm definitely going to add that to the list. What's that? Hulking Dra. For the record, I'm writing all these interesting ones down just so that whilst I'm on the stream I can test absolutely everything. But what this set is interesting, what's interesting about this set, sorry, is that you see the max stamina and you think, damn, I've got good sustain, but the other thing stamina offers is your max damage. Roughly it translates to about 1 to 10, so 933 weapon damage is actually 933 stamina is actually 93 weapon damage. So that is essentially giving us a decent chunk of weapon damage as well. That is very, very strong set. Then we have Green Pact. Health, health recovery, health. Whenever buck depth, your max health is increased. That's shit. No one's going to use that in here. Groff Dart. Max health. When you deal damage, you have a 10% chance to create lava pools that swirl around you, dealing 1.9k flame damage to all enemies within 8 meters for 1 second. That's going to be like 5. It's going to be like a 9.5k dot. That's not even as good as the skill on the DK, the Flames of Oblivion, so that's not going to be used. Hazing Stealth. Physical resist, spell resist, healing taken, gain a damage shield that absorbs. That's shit damage shield. No interest in that. Ice Heart. Magic Recovery. When you have a heal ability, you have 50... Oh, we already looked at that. What? I guess that's just an error. It's the same set as Choke Fawn. Infernal Guardian. Max Magica. When you use a damage shield ability, you have a 50% chance to lob 3 mortars over 2 seconds at the furthest enemy from you. Each deals 5.3k. So that's over... Wait, that's so confusing. 50% chance, 3 mortars each hitting that. So it's like Magica Veladrift, but with less damage over 2 seconds. So they're just going to run away from that shit. Flame damage within 5 meters. This effect can occur. I don't think that's any good. I don't really like that. Jailbreaker. Max Stam, Stam Recovery, gain minor expedition at all times. That's going to be pretty good for Stam Sorks, I guess, who are running high mobility builds. I'll be interested to test that one for sure. Oh, that's not a set. Whoops. Knights Errant's Mail. So this is the one that I've already seen, and this is something I'm going to test first. Max health, stamina, weapon damage. That's weapon damage, and you heal with a one-hand shield ability. That is going to be so OP with the Master Sword, where we're always using a one-hand shield ability to get a heal. And as far as I'm aware, there's something with taunts as well, but I'm not 100% sure. But that set is going to be insanely good. I'm going to write that one down. That's a real good set. So we got Krag. I think it says Krag. Physical penetration. That's interesting. That's pretty good. Yo, that helmet looks awesome. When you deal damage, you have a 10% chance to spawn Drow Limbs that create shockwaves in front of you, dealing 124 every 0. So it's only 3k damage. That's pretty weak damage though. But for a one piece, that's really solid. Physical penetration is so underestimated. That's pretty good. Lammia's Song. Magica, Magic Recovery, Max Magica. When you activate an ultimate, you heal. Wait, what? Guys, in the chat, do anyone know if that has a cooldown? Tell me that has a cooldown. That has to have a cooldown. I'm just going to wait for my chat. Did someone confirm that Lammia's has a cooldown? I'm already writing that set down because I'm already theory crafting it. That set is going to be absolutely insane with Soul Harvest, a 50 cost ulti. Because you're always going to get a monster heal every time you ulti. That's insane. Is that a spell pen one piece? We'll see it pretty soon. That's a solid set. That's going to be tested. That's Magica, isn't it? Everything else has been stamina so far. It's been worth it. Leviathan. Stam, crit, crit, crit. So crit is kind of useless normally, but I think if we're getting that much crit, we could actually run that. So I'm going to add that one down. The only time that's going to be useful is if there's another set with a lot of crit. Then we could stack so much base crit that we're going to basically get around all of the impen that's ever going to work. Doesn't work with Overload, but surely it's going to work on a Match Blade with Soul Harvest, right? Light Speaker. Max health, max magic spell damage. Adds 380... that's shit. You can get that in better ways anyway. It only adds it to restoration staff abilities. Lambrianou. Max Magica. When you deal flame or shock damage, you have a 10% chance to summon a meteor shower of that damage type that deals 1.2k damage to all enemies within 4 meters every 1 second. That's worse than Scoria, because Scoria has that effect as well. What else we got? That's Maelstrom Master Weapons. Medusa. Health, Max Magica, spell damage. Gain minor force at all times, increasing your crit damage done by 12%. Oh, that's Magica though. That's a shame, because that would have been so good otherwise. But I'm thinking this for any class that's not a Magica Nightblade, because obviously Magica Nightblade already get minor force anyway. You get that. No, it's not Magica Nightblade, sorry. With Trap, you get minor force already. But that's weird, because you only normally get that on stamina. So that's an interesting set. How viable it's going to be in PvP, I don't know. Because you're going to have to have a decent base crit anyway. I don't think I'm going to use that. Yeah, I know the shit effects are shit because I don't have gear on, but I mean, it's going to scale up anyway, right? Mother Sorrow. Okay, this is like the magic one, so I'm going to add this one down as well. I think this is going to make it fairly reasonable to go with crit, and honestly. That's very like the Stam one we saw, it's just the opposite from Magica. Netch's Touch. Health, Magica, spell damage, the shock abilities. I mean, I guess it's pretty good for Salks, if they're always using Salk. Do anyone know how many of the Salk abilities actually count as lightning damage? Is it a decent chunk of them, right? If it's a decent chunk, then that's pretty good for a Salk. I'm just not theory crafting. I will do it at the end, mate, don't worry. Health taken. Gain minor vitality at all times, increasing your healing received. That's garbage, you can get it from better sets. Pirate Skeleton. I've already read this one, actually. This one is so weird. When you take damage, you have a 6% chance to transform into a skeleton and gain major protection and minor defile for 12 seconds. Reducing your damage taken by 30%, but reducing your healing received by 15%. This effect can occur once every 15 seconds. I can't see that being useful. Why would you ever want to stick minor defile on yourself? I mean, sure, we're reducing our damage taken, but we're not going to be able to heal. I can't see it being useful, honestly, but I guess some people can make some weird stuff. It's not going to do it for me. What? Health, healing taken, 6k health. That's called Plague Doctor for good reason. That is the plague of this game. I don't want to see that set. Basically, just don't use that set against me, and much love. Rattle Cage. Health, spell damage. Gain major sorcery at all times, increasing your spell damage by 20%. Oh shit. Magica Dream set right here. That's going to be rocked. We'll play that on the Magica in a little bit. And adds 97 spell damage as well, which isn't bad at all. That's a really good set. Robes of the Hist. Health, spell damage, Magica. Reduce the duration of all disabling effects applied to you by 20%. While you're affected by a disabling effect, heal for 1.9k health every 1 second. What registers as a disabling effect? Is that only a CC, or is that going to include roots? Because it hasn't got a cooldown. And those roots are pretty much spammed by a lot of builds these days. Do anyone know what's classed as a disabling effect? I don't actually know that term. I'll see what my stream says about that. We'll come back to that. Which was it we did? Celine? Max Stam. When you deal direct melee damage, you have a 50% chance to call a Primal Spirit that maws the enemy close to you for 11.5k. What? Every 4 seconds. Don't tell me that Celine gets buffed by champion points. Tell me that this doesn't get buffed by champion points and gear. Because if that spirit damage gets buffed, you could probably get that tooltip over 20k. What the hell are you meant to do then? Cellatrix. Max Stamp. When you deal damage, you have a 10% chance to create an Earthquake for 2 seconds. We're not even going to look at that. Anything that has 2 seconds is a waste of time because you can just dodge it. Sentinel of... what the fuck is that name? Arkugans. 2% healing dump. When you heal a friendly target, you have a 10% chance to summon a Dwemer spider that heals you and restores 500 stamina to you. It seems like a more reliable Dwemer, I guess. But it's only when you heal a friendly target. I don't know if that counts as yourself. Zadu, mate, I'll come straight back to you. Shadow Rend. Magical Recovery. When you deal damage, you have a 5% chance to summon a shadowy Clamfit for 15 seconds. This Clamfit's basic attack deals 3.3k physical damage and applies minor maim to any enemy hit for 3 seconds. What? That's so complicated. You have 5% chance to create so many... so it deals 3.3k and applies minor maim. So this is like Shadow Image on roids, basically. Would I use that? I don't think so. I think there's better ways of getting minor maim that actually have damage. I think people are just going to kill the Clamfear. Skooma Smuggler. Magica. Magic recovery. Spell damage. When you drink a potion, you gain Major Expedition for 30 seconds. Wait, what? Yo! That set looks fun. Can you imagine how fast you can go with that shit? Major Expedition is not messing about. That's going to give you amazing mobility on a Mage Blade. Holy crap. It would also actually be pretty nice on a Mage DK where people cry about getting mobility. Because that's going to sort you out. Even as Julian weapons. Holy crap. I think that's a pretty good set actually. I think that's going to be very underestimated. I mean 30 seconds, that's basically your potion cooldown. Cooldown's like 45. That's a real solid set. Spinner's Garments. What? Freeboard AK spell pen? Holy crap. Okay, Freeboard AK spell damage is about the same as you get from light. You're going to have 100% penetration in this stuff. I swear down. If you've got this, 5 light armor. I'm just very crapping here. 5 light armor, this, and some champion points. You're going to get like 10k penetration before you even get your base penetration from your weapon and things. Holy shit. That's a lot of penetration. Again, that's going to be really nice on a Mage DK if you want to run heavy as well. You could go jewelry on that to get the penetration still. Which was I just looked at? Was that Skooma Smuggler? Let's check. Slime Core. Health recovery. Gain minor berserk at all times. Increase your damage done by 8%. Yeah, whatever. Spelunker. Max down, stam recovery, weapon damage. Adds 386 weapon and spell damage to your Undaunted ability. No one used Undaunted abilities. Spider Cultist. Health, Magica, spell damage. To your Destruction Staff abilities. If you're running something real spammy on that, it'll be okay. But I think most people are going to use class stuff. Spinners. Oh, we looked at that one. Spriggans Fawns. Oh, that's the same for physical pen. What? Imagine this on a stand blade, man. How much penetration are you going to have? There's so many good sets here. Okay, Stormfist. Stamina recovery. When you deal damage, you have 10% chance to create a Thunder Fist to crush enemies, dealing 1.4k shock damage every 1 second for 3 seconds. So that's about 5k damage, 4.2k damage. And a final 7.2k physical damage. That's going to scale really ugly when you put gear on though, because shock is going to come from elements, and physical is going to come from physical. I think they're generally going to get hit by the shock and not the physical, which is going to be a waste of time, so I don't think I'm going to use that. Strength of the Automaton. Health, stamina, weapon damage. What? 386 weapon damage to your physical damage abilities. So now we have Hundings double up. This is like OP Hundings. That's going to be ugly to fight against. Which was that? That was Automaton, right? Swarm Mother. When you block an attack from an enemy, it's furthest from 5 meters, you can spin strands. Man, I'm already seeing my Mage DK build here. Mage DK, we go double one-handed shield, Swarm Mother's guys to get the pull. We go 5 heavy with that set that was giving us the which was the set I said I liked on the Mage DK? Anyone remember which it was? Oh, whatever, it was the heavy set that I liked on the Mage DK. The one with Major Sorcery. And then you go with that 5 one on the jewelry that had the spell pen, and you're going to get light armor penetration with heavy damage, and you're still going to never have to gap close, and you're going to have good sustain. That's a pretty nice build. Certainly going to work. Sword Singer. Max down, weapon damage, weapon crit. 386 weapon damage to your 2 hand abilities. I mean, maybe for a bullshit blow spammer, but I don't think many people are going to use that. That was that one. Whoops. Sword Dancer. You're going by some sets too fast. Sorry, mate. I'm trying my best to keep it efficient. Because we will test everything. Don't worry. We'll test everything. Max health, stamina, weapon damage. 386 to your dual wield abilities. Now, that's a little different. That's more useful than the others. Can you imagine how much damage you could put with that? And I'm definitely going to test this. As soon as I go on the stand blade, this is what I'm going to test. We're going to go 5 Sword Dancer for the dual wield buff. And then that one that's all physical damage abilities. We're going to hit like a truck. Okay, 2 throw. Stamina, weapon crit, weapon crit. You get Menace Savagery at all times, increasing your weapon crit by 2191 and weapon damage. This is going to combo so well with that weapon crit one. The other thing is, the issue is, Matrix Savagery is so easy to get from pots, so it would have to be very niche, in that we'd have to not be using pots that are going to use that. Because if we're going to use pots that are already giving us Major Savagery, or a skill that's already given us Major Savagery, it's a waste of time. But otherwise, that's going to be a real solid set. Not a bad set for sure. Whoops. Treasure Hunter. Max Magica, Spell Kit, Spell Crit. Okay, that's the same for Magica, but I think on Magica it's pretty shite, because generally you're going to use the Inner Light for the extra Magica on anything that's going to go that sort of damage, so I wouldn't use that one. Tremor Scale. Stamina. When you taunt an enemy, hello, you have a 50% chance to cause a Doom Ripper to burst from the ground beneath them, dealing 6k physical damage to all enemies within 4 meters and reducing their movement speed by 70% for 8 seconds. And it's a tiny cooldown. I'm going to test that in a bit. But what that could work well with is the Ransack build using the Night's Watch 5-piece, which was giving us the damage on one-hand shield abilities and the heal on one-hand shield abilities. The what was the other set? The Master Sword. This one, not this one, sorry. The Tremor Scale PvE set, and then we're going to need one more 4-piece or something like that that's got a decent amount of recovery, I guess. That's probably what I'm going to test first on the Stanblade. Troll King. 2% healing dump, what a joke. When you heal a friendly target, if they are still below 60% health, their health recovery is increased. It doesn't matter, health recovery is not that great in PvP, because people just debuff it to shit. Unless you're stacking a real big amount, it's a waste of time. Vampire Cloak. Max health, max Magica, max stamp. I swear I've already seen one the same as this. Oh, it's because it's Trainee, so they put the wrong one in this box as well. Vampire Lord. Max Magica, spell damage, spell crit. Adds 386 spell damage to your... What? Vampire abilities. Reduce the cost. Does that work on the ulti? If that works on bats, you're going to hit hella damage on your bats if you're running a high spell damage build. And it's going to reduce the cost by 5%. So bats normally cost 158 ulti. 5% is going to give us like 8 off that, which is kind of unnoticeable, I guess. But still, the spell damage on that is pretty huge. If we were on a high spell damage build with bats and can hold them in it, potentially you could just kill them with the bats. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Ysgramma's Gloves. Health, Magica, spell damage to your cold damage abilities. Oh shit! Ice Ice Baby is coming back! Imagine this! Holy shit! We use the Ysgramma set and the Winterborn set with Scoria. So can we use that? But we can use it with the Masters. So 5-piece Ysgramma, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-piece Winterborn and the Maelstroms. Oh shit! Oh crap! That's gonna be some serious damage. But yeah guys, I think that's every set now that I've covered. So I'm going to go into some testing, but I'm going to do that off the video. I'm just going to do it on the stream. So thank you very much for tuning in. I will see you guys later, and I hope this is some benefit for you. If you want any more info on where the sets could be useful, just ask in the description below. But I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to focus on my stream now. So take care everyone.